Hey guys, I'm Shig here, and today I'm going to bring you a Black Ops wager match analysis video. So the way I have it set up, it's going to play the wager match trailer first, and then after about a third of it's done, I'm going to put in my own analysis, and that's going to happen 3 different times for the whole trailer. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Wager matches are these 4 brand new free-for-all based game modes that we created for Black Ops. These game modes were designed to be pure kind of adrenaline junkie fun.
These are separate from your standard rank progression in your online competitive play. In wager match, you take the currency that you've earned and you can gamble it against other players. And what you're gambling on is that you're going to come in the top 3 on the final scoreboard.
So if you're in the top 3 players, it's called being in the money. Those players get paid and the rest go broke.
There's always going to be some losers and some winners. So even if you do lose, me personally, I want to jump right back in and try to reclaim my currency that I've lost.
So as you just heard, now you can bet on these wager matches, and you can actually bet the COD points you've earned and either make a huge amount or lose it all. This guy's about to fire off 2 rockets, and as you can see in the bottom left corner, he's currently at weapon tier 16 out of 20. Now watch this very carefully. His first rocket misses terribly and hits the guy in front of him, and the second one hits his target in the back. Now, as you can see, he got a double kill, obviously, as indicated by the kill feed, but his weapon tier is still at 17 of 20. Now, I can see this being potentially problematic, because the goal of this game mode is to get to the 20th weapon tier, and then get a kill with the ballistic knife. This could be a problem because if you say you're competing for the 3rd slot, and you get a double kill with a weapon like that rocket launcher, but it only brings you up 1 tier. That could potentially make you lose the game and make you lose your currency. He turns on this guy here and gets a kill, and that brings him up to the 18th weapon tier. And as you can see here, this is a grenade launcher. But just to be clear, this is not the Thumper. This is the China Lake. It's a pump action grenade launcher and not a single shot breach action grenade launcher. Here I speed up the video because it's just some normal added-in gameplay for their commentary. As you can see, there's a rocket, the WA-2000, Camber weapons, and the SBAS. Now here's something a lot of people want to know. It's the arc of the ballistic knife. As you can see highlighted here is the arc. It's obviously a lot less than the throwing knife from Modern Warfare 2, but you can still notice that there's quite a bit of drop at longer ranges, meaning the effective range for the ballistic knife is not the whole entire map. You have a certain, you're going to have to keep aiming up to keep hitting the guys where you want to hit them. So that means people can't just laser beam you with a ballistic knife from across the map. They actually have to aim up, time it, and try to hit you. And here, as I said in the video, only the top 3 players win and they get money while everyone else gets nothing. As you can tell, if you add all the numbers up and divide it, each person put in $1,000 COD points into this round. I think you can change how much you put in, but obviously the first person is going to get more money than the second, and the third, and then 4th, 5th, and 6th get nothing. Now here's an addition that a lot of people seem to neglect. On the minimap, there's now military grid coordinates, as you can see on screen. For example, there's a B3, B4, there'll be a 1 through 6 or whatever, depending on the map. I think this is going to be a great addition because you can use it for callouts, either creating or using it more efficiently. For example, you can say B4 warehouse or C6 building, and it's another way to communicate to your team, and I can see it being implemented really well. And now we go back to the boys at your hair.
The very first wager match game mode that we made was one called One in the Chamber.
It's as simple as everybody spawns in with a pistol,
And only a pistol.
1 bullet, and 3 lives. When you kill somebody, you get to take their bullet. But if you fire and you miss, then you're now without any kind of weapon except for melee. So it probably has the highest level of tension just because it's so unforgiving. And I think that caters to some of the very, very hardcore kind of players.
The second wager match game mode is one called Sticks and Stones. In this game mode, you're equipped with a crossbow and a ballistic knife. You also have a tomahawk. The twist on this game mode is if you toss the tomahawk and hit someone, you'll bankrupt that player.
Bankrupt. This mode will teach you to watch your back.
For one in the chamber, I feel that this game is going to be dominated by people who have very good aim. So basically, get a kill with a pistol each time. Or on the opposite side of the spectrum, if people don't have the best aim, it'll be dominated by knifers, which some people might like. Personally, I would not. As you see on screen right now, this guy, he missed the knife, even though he's relatively close, meaning this isn't commando. You're not going to be lunging across a whole room. But on the opposite side, this guy gets the knife here, which he is pointed at him, so it's not commando. You can't be like looking near them and just hit the melee button and get a knife. But he is, the range is pretty decent, I feel, and due to the fact that you kill a lot slower in this game, I can maybe see that being problematic, but we'll have to see. Now here's Sticks and Stones. I can see a lot of people liking this, especially the guys who like, getting the montage clips, like, throwing knives from Modern Warfare 2, no scoping, stuff like that. I can definitely see this game mode being liked a lot. Right here is the arc of the tomahawk. Now, it looks very similar to the arc of the throwing knife from Modern Warfare 2, and I think it's virtually the same. Maybe it's a bit more accurate. So I'm just going to treat it like an updated throwing knife, thrown from the left hand instead of the right. So no major changes there. As you can see on the screen, this guy got hit by a tomahawk, and his score went directly to 0. Now, I can see that pissing me off really badly, because I would hate to be doing really well, and then all of a sudden getting hit by a tomahawk and going to last place. Now, I don't know, some people might like that aspect, but is that a highlighted tomahawk on the ground?
Gun Game is the third wager match game mode.
The idea for the gun game came straight from the community.
And this is a series of progressive weapons. So you start off with a pistol.
With every kill, you progress to the next higher weapon.
The first player who progresses through all the weapons will win the gun game, but you have to be careful.
Because if you get knifed, you will get set back one tier. The gun game will reward players who are proficient with every weapon available in the progression.
The final wager match game mode is called Sharpshooter, and in Sharpshooter, all players start with the same randomly selected weapon.
You use that gun for a fixed amount of time, and only that time, and then everyone will get switched out to the next weapon.
Weapon cycle.
In Sharpshooter, with each kill, you will earn a perk and eventually a scoring multiplier.
Every game kind of has this little twist to it that allows people to grief other players and stay competitive.
Because you put up COD points to purchase things in the game economy, when you go over to wager matches and gamble it, you can win and be able to buy what you want, or lose and not be able to buy anything. So it creates this natural tension. It's also just super satisfying to take somebody's money.
As many of you know, Gun Game is straight out of Counter-Strike Source. And like in Counter-Strike Source, I feel it's going to be very well executed and very fun in Black Ops. Just looking at it, it looks like they have the system pretty well down, and it's definitely going to reward the better players, because obviously they're going to be proficient with every weapon and be able to get the gun kills. This guy right here has a rocket, and he's going to try to kill these two guys by the pipe. As you can see, the explosion hits off to the right, and only kills one. But he was aiming for that green box. I don't know why it hit off to the right. Maybe it's a glitch, or that's how it's supposed to be. And as you can see, this one guy survives. He doesn't have flak jacket, so that means the explosives are pretty weak compared to Modern Warfare 2, which is going to be very nice. Through all these videos, I've really noticed that the only time people really kill someone with an explosive is by hitting them directly on, or like within 2 or 3 feet of them. So it just means that for like the end of the gun game, it's going to be a lot harder to get kills. And for Sharpshooter, I think it's going to be a great game mode due to the fact that it's random weapons and they can have attachments. You have infinite ammo, like Gun Game, and you also, when you get kills, you get pro perks and stuff. So that's really cool. So instead of kill streaks, you get those pro perks, and you also get a score multiplier, meaning that the longer change you get, the more score you're going to have. In general, I feel that all 4 of these game modes are going to be great addition to the Call of Duty series, and they all seem like they're going to be really fun. Another thing to take note of is that when you're switching weapons in like the gun game, that can easily get you killed or put you in very bad situations, so you just have to navigate the map accordingly. Finally, I need to talk about the crossbow, and as you can see here, he has to aim to the right to hit the guy, meaning that there is going to be a travel time, and you're going to have to account for that accordingly. And here's the arc of the crossbow shot, highlighted in green. And as you can see, at closer ranges, it is pretty straight, meaning it'll be pretty easy to hit your target. In the background here, you can see another shot, a longer range one, and how it drops over time. Now, it's not an extreme drop, but it will make it harder to hit targets from across the map. I have to thank you guys for watching. Please leave a rating and a comment. They're greatly appreciated. And if you feel I'm worthy, please subscribe. Bam, said the lady.